Hey my loves, hope you're well. I'm going to get into a collective reading for you all. So let's see what messages we have. Divine Angel Spirit Guides. Can we get a message for the collective, please? A message for the collective. Okay, let me just get some more. Okay, lovely. So it looks like you're going to be communicating with somebody. Okay, you may have been reminiscing about a situation, place, feeling, or person, or you could be fantasizing about something upcoming for you. Okay, so you may have a really good feeling about something or someone, and I feel like you're getting ready to talk about it. Something about this information that you give. If it's a person, then you're going to tell them. If it's a thing, then you might just kind of get clear and start executing. If it's something you're working on, once you start executing this, I see like money, okay, straight away. So that's good news for somebody. If you're working on something, it's like you could be clear on something, or you could have cleared, you could have gotten all the information, or you could have looked at something to get clear, but it looks like now you're able to go right ahead. You're able to go straight in. You're able to start something. It might be something, if you're starting something new, it could be something quite big that you're investing in, but if it's something that you are investing money into, it looks like you're going to be getting money straight away from whatever this is. Okay, and if it's not a situation, if it's a person, whatever you say to them, they're going to feel like it's very valuable, or they're going to trust what you say. They're going to take what you're saying as honest and truthful. They're going to feel good about what you're saying, and what you say to them might actually grant them a wish fulfillment. Okay, so you may actually grant someone else a wish fulfillment, or if it's something that you're just embarking on or working on, okay, this is you on the way to your own wish fulfillment. But either way, it's a wish fulfillment in it for you, either way. Okay, it could just be one just for you, or you and you're letting someone else know about it. Okay, it could be a joint wish fulfillment or a personal one, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so there could also be some things that you feel like you need to purchase. Okay, you could be going to make some purchases this week or this month that are going to be very essential to some sort of plan that you have or something that you're executing. There's something about, in order to keep up the momentum of what you're doing once you start it, just keep it on track with the things that you know you need to do along the way. But I feel like you did a good job at getting very clear first before embarking on it, so that you can kind of feel on stable grounds, like during the process, which will also stabilize, keep your vibration stabilized. Yeah, and now you're aware of anything that you need to be aware of, so you don't have to like be doing what you're doing and trying to make yourself aware of things at the same time. It's like you won't have to multitask as much. You'll be able to like focus your time and energy on the essential task at hand at that time, and then go towards the next task. Okay, it's like spirit is going to sort of space things out for you a bit to give you a bit of time to do each task. Okay, lovely. But like I said, if you do have some information to give someone, there's something about you not needing to be wary, because someone will see this is very valuable. You may make someone aware of something as well. They may not initially come all the way out with something, okay, but you will get some sort of clarity that will confirm a solid result for you, so you will feel good. But I feel like you're going to make someone aware of something for sure. Right. If you're making someone aware of something, then they kind of see you as someone that is protecting or doing some protection or protecting them. Okay, they see you as protecting them. I feel like this is someone that's very grateful for whatever you're doing. And if it has something to do with you embarking on like a new skill or project, then there's something about you. There's no need to be nervous because you've already got the information. So I kind of just see a really quick wish fulfillment. I'm not gonna lie. This looks like a very quick wish fulfillment. It looks like the longest part of all of this for you was before even starting. The longest part was before starting, because there was a lot of pre-clarity, pre-information, pre-discernment, pre-developing. And then once you got that bit out of the way, which is the long part, it's like as you start it, things are going to start happening really quickly. You're going to get to your goal and your wish fulfillment quite quickly, or much quicker than what it took prior to you starting. So, Page of Swords. There is something that you have put a stop to, something that you've ended. It's something that you're very serious about. Something that you were just like, yeah, you're not really playing any games. Yeah, you may, you got some sort of job done, okay, and you may kind of make someone aware of this. There's some sort of like secret signal as well. Like I feel like you might like, you may just be able to like, look at somebody, okay, and it's like, you probably won't even have to say something. You might have got some sort of a job done, and then you kind of look at someone and there's like some sort of luck here. Okay, you may give them some sort of a luck, and I feel like they may know exactly what that means. So you might just look at someone. For some of you guys, you might tell them something and they'll understand it very quickly. Or if you're not telling someone something, then you might give them some sort of cue or some sort of sign, and they're gonna receive that and keep going. Okay, intuition, High Priestess, the Magician. Okay, yeah, so definitely if you've been protecting someone from someone, okay, this could be yeah, these could be people that are trying to do some sort of like, this could even be like bad spell work here, okay? This could be something that you may intuitively know or pick up on, or something that you know is not a good idea to say yes to. Okay, yeah. I just feel like you did something, you cleaned something up. I feel like you got a job done and then you cleaned it all up. It's kind of like I feel like someone could hire you. I feel like someone could hire you to get a specific job done. Like a divine job, not like dirty work. I feel like these people, they might be hiring people to do like actual dark dirty work, or like certain magic that isn't of the divine, but like, oh yeah, like some sort of bad kind of magic here. But it's like I feel like you're literally the polarity opposite of these energies. Like I feel like you could be hired, right, to like as like a divine, an assistant of the divine, right? Where like I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like the divine might give you an assignment and you may have no idea. It's almost like you may have no idea exactly what needs to be cleaned up or corrected or realigned, but it's like when you're in it, your intuition will just kind of know, like, okay, this ain't right, this ain't right, this ain't right. And it's like you energetically just clean it up. And you may have a very specific process here. Whatever the process is, it's something you're doing it with the divine's tools. Okay, you're doing it with the divine's tools, the divine's protection and approval, because you're following the divine's instructions. You're not deviating from the divine's instructions in order to get the job done. So there's something about if you're doing this, you may actually feel very successful right now. Okay, so that's how you know if it's your reading. Okay, these readings won't resonate with everybody, but you're actually feeling very successful right now. You may feel like it's almost like at the end of like a, I'm getting like, in like a, I don't know if you've been to a Catholic church before. This has nothing to do with that, by the way. It's just, I've just seen like a Catholic ritual in my mind, and for some reason, I think I'm being called to use this example because you may see that as like a clean ritual, let's say a clean ritual. Um, you know, so but again, I'm not going into like the background and like any conspiracy stuff here. Like I'm just using this as a blanket statement. So if you have any extra information there, I'm not discarding that. The point is, I'm not talking about what certain individuals may choose to do. Okay, I'm just talking about people that are actually honoring a divine practice, and they're actually, in their divinity, because there could be a lot of different people in a variety of different practices and religions, and doesn't mean that they are working internally as an individual with the divine energy. Okay, they can, there's all different types of individuals in every type of group you could possibly think of. That's just what that is. So that's just to kind of discard any people that could be secretly not doing what they're supposed to be doing in terms of like harming children, okay, or not really doing the divine's work, okay? But anyways, scrap that aside. The point that I'm making here is that I seen like this whole like clean ritual thing in my mind, right? Where I don't know if you've been to a Catholic church before, but it was like when they finished with the ornaments and it's literally here. No, it's not on this card. It's on the magician card, but this magician is in the reverse. So there could be something about that, like behind the scenes conspiracy stuff that could be coming up here, because I feel like I keep talking about it. It's not my point, and I'm like now trying to get this card to show you something. It's bringing me back to this point. So I'm like, hold on, wait, okay. I'm not gonna specify any groups of people, okay, because certain truths can kind of get like lost there based upon like different bits of information that people have, because there's a lot of hidden stuff. So I'm not going to talk about any specific groups of people. I'm just going to give the information, okay? But the point is, it's like there could be people that they may actually really look up to what you do, but they could seem like they have like a something in place, right? But it's like the way that you actually clean things up versus how they may try to make it look like they've cleaned something up. It's like you could really clean something up. I just don't know how to explain that. But the ritual that I was seeing was like, when they drink the wine, okay, and then they drink from the cup, and then like they wipe the side of the cup, and then they place like the cloth on top of the cup, and they put the things back on top of the cup, and they put it in its place. And it's a very specific precision of things. And for some reason, I feel like if you guys have been feeling like there's been any like magic and stuff, like dark magic been going on, okay, I feel like someone could have hired someone to do very specific work. And it might even be someone, what's the word? It might be someone that kind of sees that you are able to like, it's like you have your own sacred personal things that you do, okay? But the things that you do, these are like, these are things for you to honor. These are sacred things given to you by the divine in order for you to like clear things up with the truth, or clear things up with like the divine sword, or clear things up with like boundaries, okay? I keep getting this message here about spell work. I feel like someone definitely tried to energetically reach you, okay, by getting someone to do something, but it's like as you take off into a higher vibration, they won't be able to reach you, okay? But I need you all to do cord cutting, okay? So type in YouTube guided meditation for cord cutting. Do a cord cutting meditation, because there's something about like if you felt like at any point you had to go to a lower vibration to do something. So for instance, if you felt like there was a rock bottom moment, or if you felt like sometimes if you're someone that assists people or helps other people, sometimes to help people that are struggling, you may kind of have to dip your frequency to get to meet them where they're at, help them transmute their energy, and then like raise back up to the higher vibration. But when you kind of go down, like when you're doing energy work, right, you know how to kind of like go sink back into your source vibration. And we'll have new source vibrations over time once we've like evolved into a higher vibration, but we can be in a vibrational cycle for a while. But then when we're in a vibrational cycle, there can be people that try to keep us stuck on vibrational cycles below the one that we've already kind of committed to so far. So the point is, if you find yourself at any point where you dip in your vibration, whether that be due to like an emotional fluctuation, whether that be due to like a rock bottom or a depression, or doing energy work or assisting others in their energy work, then there's something about once you kind of like, I literally explained this in a personal reading that I did, and I knew it was going to come out again in a collective reading because it was a collective message. But like it's affecting certain singular people. But there's something about, I'm just going to give the same demonstration because it was really, really good. Okay, so let's say you're on the baseline vibration at the bottom. Okay, let's say this middle vibration is your usual vibration that you're sinking to, and let's say this vibration is the new vibration you're about to get into. Look how funny that said the new vibration. It literally gave me an Ace of Cups. Okay, this is the new vibration. Now, as you're on this bottom vibration here, let's say you're at a rock bottom, but I always say when you're at a rock bottom, it's like the perfect time for you can either stay stuck there or you can have a spiritual awakening. Okay, so they're very pivotal moments, rock bottoms are. Okay, it could change your life. Okay, or let's say you're down here because you know you're exchanging with someone's energy who's in this place, and you're helping them to transmute that to go higher, but you're kind of just, you know, caught in this like energetic space whilst you're, you know, exchanging with this individual. Like I said, if you are skilled at your energy work, you'll be able to assist people and how people do that, because you know exactly how to effectively transmit your energy within an effective time where you don't kind of feel stuck on a vibration that you don't really belong on. Whereas if you are new to a vibration, then that wouldn't necessarily be something that you would find is easy to kind of do, right, until you've kind of had more experience on that vibration. But the point is, nonetheless, the point what I'm trying to say is, let's say for whatever reason you're here, right, but your actual vibration is here, but you've just kind of dipped down for a little period of time. Okay, and now in between the vibration that you're usually on and the vibration that you dip down to, in between, you got people trying to do spell work. Okay, trying to keep you stuck here. Okay, they don't want you to not only just be committed to the vibration that you're on, they don't want you to stay on track, because then you go to a higher vibration. So it's basically saying, if there was any point where you felt like you kind of dipped, there would have been some people that basically tried to get you caught up in some sort of spell work here. Okay, and then if you felt like you tried to go higher, higher, and you felt like you're getting stuck, it's like you need to do the cord cutting. It's almost like you're in an elevator and you're going up, and as you go past them, they try to like attach a cord onto you. So as you go higher, you feel like you're getting caught. There's only so high you can go. So you cut the cords, and and then once you cut these cords, okay, and you're back where you need to be, one, they can't really reach you here anywhere as long as you got your boundaries and your protection, but they're not that far of reach. Okay, because it's like, if they're here and you're there, all they need to do is reach their arm up. All you need to do is reach your arm down, and you could connect. So you having boundaries keeps you from reaching your arm down, and it keeps them from reaching their arm over into your circle. That's why boundaries are so important, because it's the door closing between the portal, the energetic field between you and things you don't want to enter or get you stuck. So in general, that's your protection when you're on this vibration. But you won't have to worry about this as much soon once you get onto this new vibration, because they'll be so much further out of your reach. Okay, meaning that once you still have your boundary and you're now here, they can't even they can't even get on the past vibration that you're on, which you would have passed, meaning that like you'll be here, and then if you dip, you're most likely able to dip to the prior vibration, but you'll be sinking back here. Okay, whereas they can only really try to access you if you dip past the prior vibration, okay, which you're coming off now. So yeah, I'm trying to not make this confusing. This was a really good explanation, and I knew I had to just give this explanation to the collective because I feel like it's a very powerful and important and protective message. And I just feel like if I explain this well, I can just give a lot of value. Yeah, this is all just, a protection message just on your life path, period. Because, we're always going to have times where we could dip in the vibration, but we just want to always be aware of when we're reaching some of these lower vibrational points, okay? There's going to be certain people that could want to energetically do some sort of spell work here, and they may feel like they have access to your energy when you're like down here dealing with people or things on this vibration. Okay, so at that point, if you then feel like, oh, why am I stuck, I don't usually feel stuck, this is the, you need to clear out that energy, you need to cut, you need to do what you need to do there. And obviously there's a bunch of other things you can do, guys. I'm just giving you one specific thing, but by all means, like, do whatever you need to do for your energy clearing. Okay, there's a bunch of things. If you want more information on that, guys, I'm available for personal readings, but I'm just trying to give you the gist, because for some of you guys, you may already have clarity or information on things that you can kind of do to sort of transmute your energy anyway. Okay, so like I was saying, so like when you're in this new vibration, you kind of feel like, you're just basically untouchable, okay? You're not really able to be affected, okay? Because they won't even be able to reach, okay? It'd be like there'd be several points they would have to get past, and they wouldn't be able to get past that point still doing the activities that they're doing, okay? Because you can't be, you know, you can't be firing out them frequencies on a regular basis and ascend at the same time. It just doesn't work like that. So as long as you focus on ascending and protecting your energy, like, you're good. Any energy that gets sent to you from any of these people, they are going to get caught in their own energy, and all any spells they're sending to you, just by you being out energetically out of the way, all of the energy is basic. It literally will kind of like circle around them. It's like coming back full circle. So it's like, let's say someone shoots a bow and arrow at you, right? And you have a protective force field around you, okay, like a circle, but it's like a shield. Once they throw that arrow at that shield, it will basically bounce back off your energetic shield and go straight into them. So if they're sending you some effed up energy, they're going to be feeling effed up because you you don't have access to that energy they're sending you, because you've protected your energy. So basically whatever energy they send out will return to them by default, because there was no sender for it to be delivered to. Right? There was no sender for it to be delivered to. Sender was not available. Sender was not on the other side of the line. Okay, so it will naturally return to sender. And I mean, I wouldn't want to be in that position personally. Ten of Wands, yeah. So literally all you have to do is stay protected. When these people come around you with these energies, okay, like, you need to just like be aware that anything that this person brings in your direction or towards you, even if it's disguised as something else, let's say they're like, hi, if behind that hi they secretly have bad intentions, and you're receptive to that, or you hold on to that, or you reciprocate that, okay, you've basically agreed to receiving that energy, and you might just not have known what the truth behind that energy was. Right? So if you don't feel like you've clearly discerned someone and they have integrity and you can trust them, it's just best to avoid a period, because they could come and they could say something to you, and that first thing could just be like a fake thing, and then you might take that first thing, but the energy behind whatever it was that they were giving you was deceptive, and now you've been receptive to that energy, and it's just like, That's all they needed you to do. They just needed you to hold on to the energy they were giving them, so that energy can kind of keep you stuck in this vibrational frequency, in this vibrational cycle. And then when you're trying to figure out, why can't I go through this door? It's like, it's the energy, it's the cycle, okay? That's kind of tried to keep you wrapped up in it. So, yeah, yeah. The best way to discern is saying, unless you see a very, very valuable reason as to why you should invest in something, just don't. Just don't. Unless you see um, something that you feel like is that you can trust, then you haven't, until you see, you feel you have a sign, okay, to say you can trust something. Then there isn't a sign to go ahead. Does that make sense? There isn't a sign to go ahead. We humans tend to go ahead before we have signs to trust something, because us humans tend to be impulsive. We tend to lack patience. But the sign from the divine will always be clear. Okay, you'll be able to see that you can either trust something or someone, or you'll be able to see some sort of nature of them being dependable, or at minimum you'll see them being personally committed to a way of being where you see that they are honoring their integrity or the divine's energy within them. Okay, but if you don't see signs of like good values or proof, okay, that it's valuable or worth your while, you do not see a sign, a consistent sign, a solid sign, then why else would you invest in it other than your own desire? But our own desires aren't always attached to the divine, what the divine wants for us. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Okay, so we have to discern our desires as well. But in general, the only thing that would make us invest in something outside of the divine discernment would be our own desire, our impulsivity, a lack of patience, or peer pressure, or fear. And when fear makes you do something in those instances, I was just about to say, I don't know if you saw that card. Yeah, there it is, the devil. I was just going to say, where's that fear coming from? The devil energy, because the devil will always use fear to push you into something that's not good for you. Always. Always. Right? So the divine uses fear to alert you when you need to protect yourself. Devil uses fear to push you into something that isn't good for you. Okay? Out of fear of what someone would do to you if you don't. Like, no. That's where the divine protection comes in, okay? Because the divine will be like, listen to me, and we'll just kind of keep you out of harm's way, right? So in general, this is kind of going. This did go somewhere else. This reading, it did. But I feel like this is a message because a lot of people are starting new cycles now. The divine wants me to deliver this collective message. Or if there are people that are feeling a little bit stuck just trying to enter the new cycle, then do a cord cutting meditation first, and then you'll find it easier going into the new cycle, and then you'll feel a bit more untouchable, and then you'll just be aware of if something was to happen again where your vibration was to dip. Okay, you probably have to do a bit of clearing if you kind of feel a little bit like stuck getting up the first floor of the elevator. It's basically saying once you get past the first floor of the elevator, it'll be easier to get from the second floor to the third floor. Okay, or the third floor to the fourth floor, or the fourth floor to the fifth floor. But the first floor, or the very, very bottom level, where you have like all these like energies that people are doing like dark things, dark intentions. Yeah, these people doing things behind you, spell work, all of this stuff, okay, or just sending bad energy away. They will be stuck on the first level because of they're still doing things vibrationally that would keep them there, no matter what the appearance will be, okay, because the appearance is always a part of the illusion. That's where you have to get to the context of what's inside to know if the appearance confirms, the appearance supports what's in the inside, or whether the illusion, or whether the appearance is there to elude you from what's really on the inside, you know. So we have to check both, because sometimes the appearance can also help you get clues on what could be on the inside, you know. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, if you give it enough time to mature, like, you know, like for instance, a rotten fruit on the inside, once it's first rotten, it's probably not going to look rotten on the outside, but give it a bit of time, it'll start to look rotten. But it's like, yeah, you know, our body does change and start to kind of like, our cells, we get new cells regenerated like every, I can't remember the exact amount of days it is, but so those new cells are generated, okay, from us, from our body. So they're always going to be remade and recreated in the image and the vibration and the energy that you're holding. So in general, that's why you can like make yourself healthier, you can make yourself sicker, okay. But in general, I'm not going to get all into that. The point is, sometimes, you know, people's energy, if you're very skilled at discerning, you could probably read it on people's face, because people start to sometimes look like the energy within, but it's not always that obvious. I'm not really going to tell you to go off that, because it's really not that black and white. That's more like a very subtle thing. And you know, people, anyways, guys, the point is, the divine doesn't want you to worry about what these people or person is doing. I did get a broader collective message as well, where there's some people, you may know these people, and some of these people, these may be people that you've never ever seen or met personally, okay. But you know, if you are someone that is on track to a very powerful love connection, or you have any sort of love connection with a friend, family, partner that's a very strong love connection, those do get targeted, those do get mass targeted. I've seen visions, I've seen it. They get targeted, okay. Spells get put onto them from us on a mass collective level, because it's too powerful and it's a threat, okay, to those in the world that don't want the collective to raise consciousness, don't want people to be more powerful than those that they than those that were meant to, quote unquote, be in control, okay. It's just an illusion. So you know, you don't even need to, the spirit wants you to know this, is saying that what you're doing is already more powerful. You're not currently being affected by any bad energy being sent to you whatsoever, because one, your angels are on it. Your angels have already cleared you out of the way here. So if you feel like you've been kind of in your own world for a little bit, it's because your angels have been keeping you very, very protected, whilst you are kind of like working on some sort of divine stuff for yourself, or whilst you're kind of doing some sort of divine task. Your angels are keeping you protected from these energies that could, or that want to stop you from serving the highest good, okay. So you know, if what I said to you resonated anywhere in about, you know, the whole world thing and mass spells and stuff like that, this isn't going to resonate for everyone. If it doesn't resonate, don't worry. It's not your message. Leave it alone. But if it does, because again, I have not been called to do this message for no reason, I know that it will resonate with a few people that need to hear it. So if this is the case, you will see signs over the next few weeks of people out there in the world that are not who they say they are, okay. These will be signs. You may see this or notice this before other people in the world notice it. Okay, you may feel like other people don't see it or won't see it. Okay, but if you feel an inkling and you're not clear, the divine might want you to look into it, might want you to research it, might want you to, see what the contents is. See if some of these people, do they have cups energy? Do they have love? Do they have compassion? Do they have understanding? Or do they have empathy? Are they genuine? Are they authentic? Like, do they have the divine energy inside them? What are their values? Do they have integrity? All the things, all the values. Look, or are they just literally on the team, on this team, the devil here, where it's just like using, basically, they may have possessed some of the divine stuff, but they're using it to keep people that are actually on the divine path going higher, to keep them stuck. Okay, but like I said, you're already past that threshold. You're not in their cage, you're not in the lair, like you're not stuck. Okay, the divine didn't want to tell you this, I think, prior. They didn't want you to worry about it. Your angels have already dealt with it. I feel like your angels have kind of put themselves in between you and this energy, because your angel's light is so radiant, so powerful, that just by them standing in the way of any energy bowl sent to you, their energy literally transmutes. It's almost like the energy's been sent your way. It would look like it would just disappear once it comes over into your direction. It just doesn't cross over. Okay, because all your angels have to do is stand in the way, and the energy won't touch you. Okay, and it won't touch your angels either, because their aura is obviously so powerful that you couldn't even get close to their aura before it just evaporating. So your spirit guides, they didn't tell you this sooner. If you did know this sooner, then it's probably because you had to deal with something like very specific for your protection. But if you weren't aware of this sooner, it's because your angels didn't want you to worry about this. They just wanted to tell you once the job was kind of done, and they just want you to do this one last little thing that will just kind of help them, like with cleaning everything up. But they've already kind of done that for you, because they didn't want you to be distracted. They wanted you to be focused on a destination, focused on something that you're trying to come together. So they just kind of did that part of the assignment. Okay, they just kind of handled that so you could handle what you need to handle. It's almost like tag team work. Okay, so you're literally working together with your angels. And like I said, this message will resonate for those that are like actively been on the path of their intuition, and you have strong love within you, and that resonates with somebody else. Okay, any type of connection. Okay, but also part of the tactic of these people that want to take people off their divine path is basically to get them right before they've been initiated into like their higher intuitive chapter. Okay, so where they're not fully capable to completely intuitively discern by themselves yet, but they may have a little bit of a discernment skill, like logically discerning. Look, there's the demon energy trying to fly in the reverse. But yeah, so what am I trying to say here? The number 6. So if you were to get to the next step, this is hypothetically these people, this isn't you, which would be the number 7. You'd be initiated with the Ace of Swords. This is being initiated, the 6 and the 7, number 7, into this new powerful cycle where you're being seen as like a powerful, intuitive, divine being here. Okay, like the divine's initiated you into this circle because you've learned a lesson. You've got your intuitive discernment badge. Okay, you've reached that skill. You can go do other things now. Before people even get initiated into this is where these deceptive energies come to sidetrack people. Okay, as soon as they're about to go and get initiated, okay, or learn their last lesson to get initiated, the devil's concubines, you know, their mission is to come and go and find all these people that are about to go and get initiated with the divine. Okay, it's to come and go and find them and say, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up. Come over here instead. Come over here instead. Look at all of this that we have here. Look at all of this. We got money. We got money. We got money. More money. More money. More money. Okay. These could be people that just use money and other things of just like that are just 3D stuff, not things that are like spiritual or emotional, just like the 3D stuff to hook people in. So like money, sex, control. But these could be people that just like, you know, they may show off all of their like items to kind of hook you to go in that direction instead of where you were going to go initially. Okay, it could be any of those like worldly things that they would use to hook you, because they see that you are navigating, you're on track to being initiated as one of the powerful ones in the divine team. And the reason they try to get these people before that point is because that's the point where they feel like they lose their power. They know that once people are initiated past them, they're more powerful than them, because there's nothing they can do once people are then initiated past that point. The only thing that even makes them feel somewhat powerful is the fact that they have control by the people that are stuck with them, because those people have granted them the access to control them. Those people that may not realize that they have the power to take their power back, or that they had the power to not give them their power in the first place, because, you know, some situations it just becomes sticky and there really is no time to get your power back. But, you know, in smaller cases, you know, we're lucky enough to be able to do that. But the reason why, you know, we shouldn't really take the divine's messages light, even if we're dealing with a light situation, is because should there be a big detrimental situation come up one time and you don't heed your warning, it could be a detrimental situation that there is no way you can get out of it. Okay, I know situations like that, and I you know, I really feel for certain people that are stuck in certain situations like that, where they may have just not been aware and there's no way out, no way out, you know. And it probably wasn't because that's where they belonged. It's just because they got sidetracked, you know. A bad influence came and sidetracked them past the point of no return. So the point is, these people only feel powerful because these people give them the power to control them, which doesn't actually make them powerful. It's because they have the permission, but they create an illusion where it's like, no, but I'm just controlling them. No, the people you're controlling have given you that permission to do so, whether they realize it or not. Okay, whereas the people that are actually working in their divine power, they don't need to sidetrack people or sway people. They just focus on speaking their truth and navigating where they need to go. And you know, if they what's the word, if they then, like, by them carving away, it's like that naturally, if their truth then resonates with other people's truth, then other people can choose, if they want to or if they don't want to navigate in a similar direction, the same direction, or a completely different direction. But the divine power respects complete free will and free choice. Okay. The divine power also may even try to protect people that may not be aware, that could go in a different direction. But even still with the protection, there's still the free will. So if it's a situation where let's say a divine person is trying to protect someone that is being led astray, but the person being led astray doesn't want to see that, then the divine person at some point is going to have to cut ties, because they're going to drag them into it. And you know, you can't force, you can't control, you can only you can only what's the word, you can only be in your truth, okay? And you can only, you know, be guided by your truth, and, you know, let those that resonate with your truth, okay, find you, okay? But don't but yeah, that's the difference basically. Whereas like other people, it may seem like they're not saying, oh well, you have to do this, you have to do this. Some of them definitely will say that, the people that are using the devilish hyperpower, but it's more so that they would like manipulate you, or do something where it's like you would feel like what's the word, it'd come with some sort of like negative energy, okay? Or, you know, or it'd come with like, you now feel trapped, like if you don't do exactly what they want you to do and it's not fair for you, okay, then they will deliberately, you know, bring some sort of harsh consequence to you of their own calling. Like, you know, just a complete difference. But the point is that there's just, I feel like there's an energetic system in place, and I feel like I kind of discovered it. I was aware of this a while ago, but I feel like spirit is just giving me a specific piece of information in regards to how this works and how they do it. Because I'm repeating this message now. Look, for the second time, guys. I'm telling you, my intuition is sharp as shit today. It's sharp as shit today. Like, it's beautiful. But honestly, I'm repeating this message for the second time today, and yeah, I feel like there's a specific, these people, they're organized, okay? They're organized, okay? Don't let people's titles fool you as well, okay? Because people could say that they're religious, but that doesn't mean. There are some people that say they're religious and they're definitely, they've got the divine energy through them, and there's other people that say they are, and you know they're laying on boundaries. They're letting demons run up all up and through it, you know, and you know their energy might speak for themselves. So don't. It's also saying as well, don't just listen to what people say, because you know these people use their word to manipulate. You really need to see, like, you know, what is the intention, like what's their energy, like, you know. Okay. But like I said, they're very organized, so like even if like because there's something about, like, even if you decided to go and like attend somewhere, I know this sounds so like, ooh, just be clear on like where you're going before you go, you know, and stuff like that. um but yeah, like I said, this is all very organized. Look, there's a demon energy again flying through. Yeah, look, trying to reach you, focus on your future, like, no, come look at me. But the demon will disguise himself as like a person that just seems like they're just there. Right, but then this person will slowly come in eyes for you to try and distract you from what you already focused on, and you were going to go up there, but they want you to take this wand instead to go over there where the rest of the demons are. Like, yeah, no, before you even get to where the divine was trying to get you to. Yeah, nah. Like, you know, just be aware of people that are trying to distract you for the wrong reasons. If people are trying to distract you and they got nothing valuable to offer you or say to you, it's already a duck, okay? If it looks like a duck and it's quacking, okay? So just know, if they ain't got nothing valuable to offer you, but they are trying to distract you, the divine didn't tell you to go entertain it, okay? The divine told you to stay clear. If the divine has something for you, the divine will tell you. The divine will tell you. All the divine will show you, okay? But you will be clear somehow, or the divine will give you a very clear sign. But the divine will also show you signs to warn you from things as well. So if you're uncertain of something but you get a bad feeling, okay, I feel like the divine will also send you a sign to confirm, like, do not. And I feel like the divine's telling you this as well, because for some of you guys, with whatever this is, what I was saying at the very beginning before I started talking about all this spell stuff, some sort of wish fulfillment that you're coming into, yeah, I feel like you're gonna manage to be able to come into this because you stay clear, or you're staying clear, okay? And I think before you like go into this new level and this new vibration where you kind of be untouchable, the divine wants you to understand and know exactly how they want you to know exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you get to this point. They need you to understand and be clear on what you've done, what you've been through, what the lesson was. Not only just so you're clear on it, but also you might be able to help, guide other people once you go to that next level. And there's people that are trying to get to where you are at, okay? Because you just know, like, what the you know what the playing field is. You know how it goes, okay? Yeah, cups. Yeah, you'll be able to see things before other people be able to see it, just because you know where they're at and you'll know what's coming up. Like, because the divine needs soldiers. The divine has a lot of soldiers, but the divine, okay, anyone that gets initiated, okay, they can get recruited here by the divine, doing the divine's work, okay, to help other people not get sideswept by all these like agents of doom, destruction, and demons, right? So yeah. uh okay, yeah, so definitely there's something here where it's like, if God's energy is resonating or radiating through something or someone, okay, you will be able to feel God's energy. You won't even, because there'll be love, and it'll be genuine, and it'll be consistent, and there'll be more of where it came from, okay? It won't be given to you for a tactic. It won't be given to you so that, like, you quickly go and get caught up in a trap. No, it will be like, it's a waterfall, okay? It's an abundant source of love, period. Period. But it's not going to be an abundant source that's just like, what's the word? It's not going to be providing for everyone, basically, okay? It's going to be where it is, doing what it's doing. And yeah, you would have to come and collect. You'd have to come and collect from this waterfall. The waterfall doesn't move. The waterfall stays put and does what it does. And you bring your cup and you collect the water from the waterfall. But to even reach the waterfall, where there's this divine territory, you have to even get past this boundary point that the divine's got there. So people that would be able to even receive from the waterfall would have been cleared by the divine already. And if they're not cleared, it's because, yeah. you know like there's energies running rampant there, okay? It's giving me an energy of like fleas, but like spiritual fleas, okay? Where it's like, that's why it's like having a spiritual bath to like cleanse all those like spiritual fleas. This isn't for you, this is like for these energies that you are putting boundaries with. But in general, you'll always be able to feel it in your heart space, period, okay? And yeah, yeah, I'm gonna kind of on that front, I'm gonna leave that bit there. I did feel called to give that message. I hope I gave enough on that point. I don't know if I should do like a specific video like just on that, but I don't know, I kind of feel like it maybe needs to be just injected at specific times. I don't know. I'll see. But, you know, let me know though if you feel like this information was helpful, or if there's like specific things that could be helpful. But yeah, okay. So yeah, spirit is telling you all of this to really trust your intuition, because there's times where you're not going to have time to wait. The spirit might prompt you to make intuitive action on something, and in it there might be times where, because you won't always just be told to like, oh, follow your intuition because there's going to be something great for you. Like, it's not always just about like rewards and manifestation. Sometimes you need to follow your intuition so that you're safe, so that you're protected, so that something that's trying to strike you can't strike you. So if we are like, you know, uncertain with our intuition and like, oh, I don't know, we could actually be keeping ourselves in harm's way. Okay, so there's something about like really building your faith in your intuition here. Yeah, and like, because I feel like you may have had several different things already to kind of show you where your intuition has what's the word, helped to kind of get you out of a repetitive situation that wasn't good. Every time you did that, you followed your intuition. So there's something about you just kind of knowing that, okay, if you are in a situation and you get a strong feeling that something's off, you don't know why yet, you can't see the physical reason why, but you know that something is off and you get a cue to leave. Okay, if you just decide, well, I can't see anything, I'm just going to ignore that feeling, I'm just going to stick around, mate. Free will, on your own will, of course, but then if something does happen and then show up, you know, we can't blame God. We can't be like, oh, you know, why wasn't God looking out for me? Because God does look out for us, okay? But we have to look out for ourselves, okay? Because God doesn't force us, that God doesn't control us. It's the devil that does that, okay? God will give you signs. God will give you the truth. God will give you that clarity so that you can choose for yourself, because God respects us all enough to have our own free will, okay? So the sign is the protection, okay? And then your choice is what will be the definitive between whether you are protected or not, okay? Right. So like I said, um sometimes when you get strong intuitive feelings to take inspired action, okay, you know, sometimes you won't see results yet. You may just be called to kind of you know, move forward, do something, and you know, there's there's a need to be able to have a level of faith, or to be very, to feel, to open your heart space up enough to where you feel very strongly connected with God, the divine, at all times, or enough to a point where you feel like you trust what you're receiving because you are connected. It doesn't feel like it's coming from an external source. It feels like it's coming from, like, you can feel the resonance from inside you, you know? So even if there's external signs and things, it's still, that resonance is still coming from inside of you, okay? As opposed to an external thing trying to convince you, but you don't feel it inside of you, okay? Another big clue. Okay, cool. So like I was saying, don't always stick around and wait to see the reason why you should have heeded a warning, okay? Because by then it could be too late and you could get injured emotionally, mentally, physically, okay? And you know, these are the things that we don't like, because then we have to do all this healing. So to avoid having to do unnecessary healing where we could just like avoid it altogether, that's where your intuition will give you the heads up before that momentum is coming in, because spirit sees everything, okay? So yeah, lovely. Okay, last message please, spirit, on what's coming in for them, what you was telling me at the beginning. Because I know you guys are thinking, wow, like this reading went somewhere completely different. I know. I know, but look, see, God is letting us know, do not fear, have no worries. Okay, most of you weren't anywhere. You could have just understood and received the message and felt good, okay, because you know that like this stuff is blocked, okay, cannot access you. Okay, these people are having to deal with the divine. Anyone sending any bad juju to you, they're having to deal with the divine here. Okay, they may feel like um they're not getting any of their blessings, they're not receiving like higher divine rewards, so they're not receiving like genuine love from people, like actual love, because that's a gift. If you have love in your life, you've got a gift from the divine, and it doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. It could be family and friend, da 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 da. Okay, um it could also be not only they're not receiving love, okay, they could be like their finances could be blocked, or there's areas of their life that they're just not open and receptive to receiving, because they have to be open and receptive to receive things on a higher timeline, and they're not. So they may just feel like certain things are blocked for them, or the doors closed, it's not permitted, and it's just because they don't want to close that cycle and align with God and the right exchanges, etc. But for you, my loves, you're being set free. You're going to be very happy. Look, you're probably even going to be able to walk side by side amongst people, and their energy is not even going to be able to get onto you, because of you're walking side by side with the divine. So if you're walking side by side with God, the divine, then it doesn't matter who else walks side by side with you, because like there's nothing more powerful, right? So as long as you don't exchange with energies that you don't want to get stuck with, then you're going to feel free and protected. Okay, but again, the minute you exchange, you kind of exercise the decision from your free will, and that doesn't mean the divine told you to do that. Okay, that means you chose to do that, and whatever you receive as a result back from that is based upon your choice. Okay, so just to be very clear of the difference. Okay, um okay, so yeah, okay, lovely. um okay, yeah, I see the divine saying to just like be warm and keep it moving, be warm, don't be too hot. Okay, there might be times where you feel like you need to be a bit cold, where you need to like make uh a vital decision, but that will be more fewer times, or like a certain boundary. So yeah, I feel like if things get too hot, the divine is saying be mindful that you're not falling into a repetitive cycle. Okay, um if things get hot, try to cool it down a bit. Means you need a bit more water, put some more love into yourself, some self-love, or more some um try to stay at like a warm temperature, but like I said, sometimes you might have to get a bit cool. You might have to get a bit cool on them. Okay, when you're enforcing boundaries, but when you're not enforcing boundaries, you can be warm. All right. I feel like if it gets hot, very very hot, then it's a sign to say that a boundary or needs to be put up, or something needs to be made clear. Okay, or you need to free yourself from something, or uh yeah, on occasion like something can get very very hot though for like a positive breakthrough. The divine is telling me that as well. Like the initial spark of something that can happen. So sometimes the divine will use certain energies to enlighten us, to awaken us, to shift things, to get something going. Okay, so sometimes like these vibrations, these energies that are not good energies, not on good vibrations. Okay, sometimes the divine will even use them here to help to shift and awaken. God will help. God will use some of those that are like so desperately trying to distract God's soldiers, God will use some of them sometimes to like spark something within God's soldiers so that they're just more prepared. Period. It's like, you know, if you want to be utilized, but you don't want to be utilized doing the right thing, then I'll just use you in the energy that you're giving already. But I can position it to where my people, they have a very good class today. They have a very good lesson. You know? You know? It's almost like a volcano. Okay. Uh, if you can't stop the volcano, you know, the volcano is going to keep erupting. That's fine. You know, you tell your people you don't go walking into the volcano. That's not what you do. It's dangerous. But you can learn about. You know, you can what's the word? When the when once the volcano starts to erupt, you know, you can bring in the soldiers to kind of see, okay, and then they can learn a lesson. Say that's why you don't go by the volcano, right? So in general, um, there's just a bigger picture, okay, and I feel like I just have to explain that because the divine just let me there's a bigger picture, and obviously sometimes I can focus on like very specific points, and it could kind of miss out a bigger like other aspects of the picture. So, you know, I don't like to not leave room for like open intuitive interpretation, okay? So always be mindful that like you know, this is a channel for my intuitive soldiers, okay? And I trust in your open intuitive discernment for your own life to be able to like, you know, for me to be able to like loosen up some of what I'm saying. But if you do feel like at times you might need extra clarity and stuff, okay, as long as you're open to God, okay, you will receive more signs. I can also receive more signs and messages as well from God that way to like deliver that to the collective, as well as just like other divine services that are out there, you know. All right, lovely. Okay, any last messages, please, divine? Seven of Cups, choose wisely. Okay. The divine, oh, 7-7. Oh, oh. The divine is granting you with new people and things. These people are going to be intuitive people. Okay, these are going to be people that don't bury their head in the sand when the truth's right in front of them. Okay, they will not bury their head in the sand. They will be like, it is a duck, it's quacking, it is a duck. We need to do the necessary things right now to get it in order. Okay, so these are going to be people that will get the job done, do the necessary things. They're not going to pretend like they can't see something that's not there. Okay, because that's dangerous. Okay, people know something's wrong and they pretend like they don't know. And they're not doing what they need to do to try and like get that in order. It's going to become a problem. Okay, so the divine is literally, it literally looks like they're presenting you with like new options but in whatever area that you need. So if you're needing like a new job, okay, they're going to present you with new options for a new job, but these are going to be like intuitive choices. Okay, so then you'll just be able to choose between some of the specifics that is just more your style, more your taste. But these, most of these options will be like intuitive choices, so it doesn't really matter which one you pick, you'll feel happy in some way. If it's like some sort of friendships here, okay, there'll be some options. And these types of people, you're gonna feel like they are, what's the word, again, they're like making intuitive choices. Okay, these people, they have some sort of enlightenment. If you're single and it's like a relationship, or you know, might be like new suitors, people that all of them will have cups energy. Okay, the divine ain't going to send you anyone that doesn't have any cups energy, because if they don't have any cups energy, they're not even a candidate. They're not even a candidate. But saying that, it's not just about not having cups energy, because someone could have a deceptive cup. Okay, so yeah, but basically, I mean, there's going to be no, the divine won't be sending you anyone with any deceptive cups. The divine will be sending you options with everyone that has a full cup, a full cup. Okay. Um. And if it is, well, saying that, actually, these would be your options after you've passed your first test, which is basically your first set of options. And those options are going to be a bit muddled up. Some are going to be intuitive, some are not going to be. Some are going to be deceptive cups, some are going to be real cups. And if you successfully discern the real cups from the deceptive cups, then you pass the test, and then the divine will grant you with like the real rewards, which will be your choice of like whatever it is that you need at that time. Okay. Wow, that is cool. That is cool as that is cool AF. Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, the first tax is discern the genuine cups from the deceptive cups. Once you've discerned those accordingly, then you pass. Once you pass that, then you get granted with a new set of tools, new set of friends. If you're single, a new set of people that you could have an interest in that aren't deceptive. A new set of like job so that you can choose, okay, without feeling duped. Okay, loves. So I'm going to leave that there. I really, really do hope this was helpful. Please do give this reading a like if this reading helped, if it was important to you, if you feel like it was an essential message, if you want more messages like this, or even actually, guys, if you could just give this reading a like to actually help other people find this message in reading. If you care about other people's protection and safety and those that are on the divine path, then, you know, do it for the soul tribe, okay? Because like the collective goal, you know, it's a collective goal, right? um yeah, so we should be looking out for our teammates, period. Cool. All right, loves, I'm gonna leave that there. I hope that was helpful. Also, in regards to your bonus readings, guys, if you want extra bonus reads for your sign, don't forget to like those readings as well for your sign. It will just let me know to do some extra readings for your sign because you're present. Okay, loves? So sending you love, taking care, take care, and stay spiritually charged. Bye.